When you look at the show, there are times when we're biting our lips from laughing. I'm trying not to laugh.
In the chaos of World War II, a young girl was hidden from the Nazis, her life hanging by a thread. Years later, she became Judy Robinson, the heart of Lost in Space. But Marta Kristen's journey is far from over. As she celebrates her 80th birthday, new stories emerge. Stories of love, loss, and unbreakable bonds forged on a spaceship that never left Earth. What secrets does she hold that could redefine your favorite sci-fi classic? Join me as we explore the life of a true survivor, a woman who turned adversity into stardust. She was born in the shadows of a war-torn world, hidden away to escape a chilling fate. Yet, Marta Kristen would one day soar across television screens as Judy Robinson in Lost in Space. Her journey, though, was far more tangled than any sci-fi script, filled with secrets and choices that shaped her path. What drove this young woman to embrace a role that would define her legacy? And what did she leave behind to get there? In 1945, Oslo, Norway, was a city under siege, gripped by the final throes of World War II. Born Birgitte Annalisa Rusanen, Marta entered a world of chaos. Her father, a German soldier, fell in battle, leaving her Finnish mother to face a brutal reality alone. The Nazi regime's Lebensborn program, a sinister initiative to breed racially pure children, loomed as a threat. To protect her daughter, Marta's mother made a heart-wrenching choice. She placed her in an underground orphanage, shielding her from a fate tied to Nazi ideology. For 4 years, young Birgit lived in the shadows, her future uncertain. But what would become of this hidden child? Hope arrived in 1949 when Harold and Bertha Soderquist, a compassionate couple from Detroit, Michigan, adopted her. Renamed Martha Annalise Soderquist, Marta crossed an ocean to start anew. Her adoptive father, a professor at Wayne University, nurtured her love for learning, while the family's move to California opened doors to opportunity. At Santa Monica High School, Marta thrived, her resilience shining through. Yet acting wasn't part of her plan, until a chance encounter changed everything. Could a single moment in a restaurant alter her destiny? While dining out as a teenager, Marta caught the eye of James Harris, the producer of Lolita. Struck by her poise, he offered her the lead role, but her parents, protective of their young daughter, declined due to the film's controversial nature. Still, Harris saw potential and connected her with an agent. Soon, Marta was stepping into the spotlight, landing roles in shows like Alfred Hitchcock Presents, where she shared the screen with Billy Mumy, a future Lost in Space co-star. Her early credits, including The 11th Hour and Disney's Savage Sam, showcased a rising talent, but a missed opportunity would soon test her resolve. In 1964, Marta auditioned for The Sound of Music, a film that would become a cultural cornerstone. She was a strong contender for Liesl von Trapp, the eldest daughter in the iconic family. The screen test felt promising, but the producers delivered a surprising verdict. She was too sexy for the wholesome role. Marta, then just 20, was stunned. "I didn't think of myself as sexy. I was a Norwegian Midwesterner," she later shared in a 2021 Fox News interview. The rejection stung, revealing Hollywood's harsh tendency to judge women by appearance rather than talent. Ironically, her future co-star Angela Cartwright landed a role as Brigitte von Trapp. What might have happened if Marta had joined her? Undeterred, Marta pressed forward, her determination unshaken. In 1965, a new opportunity emerged, the role of Judy Robinson in Lost in Space. But the decision wasn't easy. Marta, passionate about theater, was tempted to move to New York to chase stage dreams. For nearly 2 weeks, she wrestled with the choice, torn between the allure of Broadway and the promise of a groundbreaking sci-fi series. Friends urged her to seize the moment, warning that such a role could be a game-changer. Showrunner Irwin Allen had handpicked her, convinced she was perfect for Judy. Would she take the leap into the unknown? Ultimately, Marta said yes, stepping into a role that would etch her name in television history. Yet, the reality of Lost in Space brought challenges. Judy Robinson, the eldest daughter of the spacefaring family, often felt sidelined, her dialogue sparse. In one episode, The Sky Pirate, Marta's character uttered just one word: goodbye. Reflecting on the show's shift to campy plots, she later remarked, "The show had so much promise. When it started to be silly, we all began to look at each other and say, we're in an episode with talking vegetables. 5 years of the Actors Studio, and I'm doing this." Her training at the prestigious Actors Studio fueled her desire for deeper roles, but the show's direction tested her patience. Could she find meaning in a role that felt so limiting? Despite these frustrations, Marta grew to cherish Lost in Space. The series, airing from 1965 to 1968, became a cultural phenomenon, blending adventure with family dynamics. She found value in its themes of exploration and resilience, mirroring her own life. The bonds she formed with co-stars like June Lockhart and Guy Williams became lifelong treasures. In a 2024 interview, she spoke warmly of her castmates, describing them as a second family. The show's dedicated fan base, still vibrant decades later, reminded her of its impact. But what challenges awaited her as the series unfolded? Marta Kristen's journey from a hidden child to a television star is a story of grit and grace. Her early years, marked by sacrifice and survival, forged a strength that carried her through Hollywood's highs and lows. As Judy Robinson, she became a sci-fi icon, but her path was never straightforward. From a near miss with a musical classic to a pivotal choice that launched her into the stars, Marta's story is one of resilience and reinvention. The Jupiter 2 hurtled through the cosmos, a beacon of adventure for 1960s audiences. But for Marta Kristen, the journey was more complex than the silver jumpsuit suggested. As Judy Robinson, she stood at the heart of the Robinson family, yet the role often felt like a shadow of what it could have been. Behind the scenes, a different kind of family was forming, one that would anchor her through creative frustrations and unexpected endings. What secrets did the set of Lost in Space hold, and how did they shape Marta's path? Marta had envisioned Judy as a vibrant, intellectual force, a character who could mirror her own love for Shakespeare and literature. "I wanted her to have depth, to ask big questions," she shared in a 2021 interview. But as the show, which aired from 1965 to 1968, leaned into the campy antics of Dr. Smith and the robot, Judy's presence faded. In one episode, her dialogue was reduced to a single word: goodbye. It was a stark contrast to the complex roles she'd studied at the Actors Studio. Yet, Marta found ways to infuse Judy with quiet strength, drawing on her own resilience from a childhood marked by upheaval. How does an actress pour her heart into a role that barely speaks? What kept Marta tethered to a show that tested her patience? The answer lay in the people around her. The Lost in Space cast became a second family, a lifeline during long days on set. "We had our squabbles like any family," Marta recalled, "but love and laughter carried us through." Guy Williams, who played her on-screen father, filled his dressing room with classical music, creating a calming oasis. June Lockhart, the nurturing Maureen Robinson, shared Scrabble games and stories from her storied career. Jonathan Harris, the cunning Dr. Smith, taught her the art of professionalism. Be on time, know your lines, respect the crew. These lessons became Marta's foundation, shaping her approach to acting and life. But the younger cast members left an equally lasting mark. Bill Momi and Angela Cartwright, who played Will and Penny Robinson, were like siblings, their bond spilling over into offset adventures. Marta introduced Bill to Bob Dylan's music, and they'd sing between takes, their voices echoing through the studio. Angela, whom Marta called one of the sweetest souls, became a lifelong friend. Decades later, in 2021, the trio reunited to celebrate their costumes at a Heritage Auctions event, a poignant reminder of their shared history. Their book, Lost and Found, in Space 2, packed with over 900 photos, captures those memories. What was it about this cast that made their connection so unbreakable? The camaraderie wasn't just personal. It fueled the show's on-screen chemistry. Marta's scenes with Mark Goddard, who played Major Don West, sparkled with humor. "He could make me laugh until I couldn't breathe," she said, recalling moments that brought lightness to the set. Yet, she wished the writers had explored Judy and Don's hinted romance, a storyline that could have reflected the 1960s shifting gender dynamics. "It could have added such depth," she noted, imagining a narrative that balanced love with the challenges of survival in space. Despite these missed opportunities, Marta's reflections carry no bitterness, only a thoughtful critique of an era when female characters were often sidelined. Then, in 1968, the adventure came to a crashing halt. Marta was at home when the phone rang with news that felt like a punch. Lost in Space was canceled. No warning, no farewell episode, just silence. "We were stunned," she said. "The fans loved us, the ratings were solid. Why did it end?" The truth emerged later, a clash between creator Irwin Allen and CBS over script demands. Allen, juggling multiple projects, couldn't deliver the 6 scripts the network requested at once. Rather than fight, he let the show go. The decision, rooted in logistics, left the cast grappling with a sense of loss, their on-screen family abruptly torn apart. How does a show that captures millions of hearts vanish without closure? But what did this mean for Marta's dreams and the bonds she'd built? Despite the shock, Marta's gratitude for Lost in Space endures. "It gave me a family when I needed one most," she said. Reflecting on her journey from a Norwegian orphanage to Hollywood, the show's themes of survival and unity resonated with her own story, and the friendships she forged remain vibrant. She still connects with Bill and Angela, and her bond with Jonathan Harris extended beyond his passing in 2002, when she grew close to his widow Gertrude, even adopting her dog. The show's legacy lives on too, with fans of all ages discovering its charm on streaming platforms. "It amazes me," Marta said, "that our little show still means something today." The abrupt end of Lost in Space in 1968 left Marta Kristen reeling, but the bonds she forged on set became a lifeline that carried her forward. Those friendships, forged in the chaos of a sci-fi soundstage, grew into a family that time couldn't unravel. What did the years after bring for the woman who played Judy Robinson? And how did a single book project reignite a legacy that still burns bright? In 2021, Marta reunited with Bill Mumy and Angela Cartwright to create Lost and Found in Space 2, a heartfelt memoir packed with nearly 1,000 photographs, 600 of them unseen until then. Each image was a portal to the past, capturing candid moments of laughter, late-night shoots, and the unspoken trust between castmates. "It felt like flipping through a family scrapbook," Marta shared, her eyes lighting up at the memories. The book wasn't just a gift for fans, it was a deeply personal journey, a chance to reconnect with the young woman who stepped aboard the Jupiter 2 with dreams bigger than the stars. How do you measure the weight of a moment frozen in time? For Marta Kristen, the photographs from the 2021 Heritage Auctions event, where she slipped back into Judy Robinson's silver jumpsuit, were more than keepsakes. They were proof of a life woven with resilience and connection. At 80 in 2025, she stands in awe of how Lost in Space continues to captivate, even amidst today's high-tech blockbusters. "It's humbling," she shared in a recent interview, "that kids today, surrounded by flashy spectacles, find something special in our simple story." The show's heart, its focus on family, resilience, and hope, bridges generations, pulling parents and grandparents to share it with their children, forging bonds that echo the Robinsons' own. What makes a 1960s sci-fi show outlast its era? Marta points to the human core beneath the campy aliens and retro effects. "People see themselves in the Robinsons," she reflects, highlighting the show's themes of unity and survival. Media scholar Amanda Lotz agrees, noting that audiences, especially in turbulent times, crave stories of hope and togetherness. Lost in Space offers just that, a beacon of light in the vast unknown, reminding viewers that connection can illuminate even the darkest corners of the universe. Its quirky villains, the robots' iconic catchphrases, and the family's unwavering optimism have transformed from dated quirks into cherished nostalgia, drawing both original fans and newcomers streaming it on platforms like Hulu. Marta's own journey mirrors this resilience. Born in a Norwegian orphanage during World War II, she found a second family on the Lost in Space set, forging lifelong bonds with co-stars like Bill Mumy and Angela Cartwright. Their 2021 collaboration on Lost and Found in Space 2, a pictorial memoir with nearly 1,000 photos, including 600 previously unseen, was a testament to those ties. Flipping through those images, Marta relived moments of laughter and late-night shoots, each snapshot a reminder of the cast's unspoken trust. The 2021 Heritage Auctions event, where she and her co-stars donned their iconic costumes to celebrate the Kevin Burns collection, brought that past vividly to life. Fans' enthusiasm there underscored the show's enduring magic, a sentiment echoed at her 2025 Stellarfest appearance, where she connected with audiences through heartfelt stories. The show's campy charm, once a point of critique, now fuels its appeal. The over-the-top antagonists, like Dr. Smith's scheming, and the robot's danger, Will Robinson, became cultural touchstones, offering a lighthearted escape from today's often grim media landscape. Television historian Susan J. Douglas notes that even understated roles like Judy's, when portrayed with care, can shift cultural perceptions, and Marta's graceful performance added sincerity to the Robinson family's dynamic. This blend of humor, heart, and hope makes Lost in Space a comfort watch, as evidenced by its consistent presence on MeTV's sci-fi block. Marta's continued engagement with fans, from conventions to personalized cameo videos, keeps her as a living link to this legacy. Her reflections reveal a gratitude for the show's impact, not just on audiences, but on her own life. From guest roles in Mannix and Remington Steele to theater work in Los Angeles, she carried the lessons of collaboration and humility learned on set. In a world dominated by complex, dystopian narratives, Lost in Space stands out for its simplicity and optimism, proving that stories of human connection endure. Marta's journey from a hidden child to a sci-fi icon embodies this truth, showing that the best tales are those that remind us of our shared humanity. Now at 80, Marta looks back with gratitude, not regret. Playing Judy Robinson taught her that even a quiet role can leave a lasting mark. Fans at conventions, some tearfully sharing how the show shaped their childhoods, have shown her the power of her work. "I didn't realize how much Judy meant to people," she admitted, her voice soft with wonder. Her career spanning over 40 commercials, films like Battle Beyond the Stars, and theater roles in plays like Wings has built a net worth estimated at $1 to $2 million. This financial stability, fueled by Lost in Space residuals, convention appearances, and personalized cameo videos, allows her to enjoy a comfortable life, though she keeps details private. She likely owns a modest home in Los Angeles, where she's based, and her travels to places like the Himalayas reflect a life enriched by experience, not extravagance. Her financial choices, balancing acting with family life, including raising her granddaughter Lena, offer a lesson in prioritizing passion over flash, a grounded approach that mirrors her on-screen grace. Marta's journey is a testament to the power of stories that endure. From a child hidden in wartime shadows to a sci-fi icon, she's woven a legacy of resilience and connection. Lost in Space wasn't just a show, it was a bridge across generations, a spark that still ignites imaginations. As she continues to connect with fans through conventions and cameo, Marta remains a beacon of warmth, proving that even in the vastness of space, the human heart finds its way home. Marta Kristen's journey from a child hidden in wartime shadows to the heart of Lost in Space weaves a story of grit, grace, and enduring connection. Her role as Judy Robinson brought hope to millions, proving proving that even quiet characters can leave a lasting mark. The bonds she forged with her castmates, like a second family, and the fans who still cherish the show decades later, reveal a legacy far beyond fame. At 80, Marta's warmth continues to shine, whether through heartfelt convention appearances or personal messages that keep the Jupiter 2 spirit alive. Her story reminds us that resilience and human connection can light up even the darkest corners of the universe. If this tale moved you, drop a like, share your favorite Lost in Space memory in the comments, and hit subscribe to join us for more.